So Russia has basically taken another blow to the LGBTQ community with this abomination, basically banning people from being publicly trans and receiving any medical treatment for gender reassignment. It's pretty disgusting. But it's even more disgusting that their government is obsessed with traditional values. It's just the people in the comments here. They just make me just sick. People who are praising Putin, praising Russia. Like, I mean, I'll read some, but that's why I support Putin and Russia. They've invaded Ukraine, killed tens of thousands of people, civilians and people in the military. Destroying an entire country, invading a sovereign nation, bombing the crap out of them that's going to take decades to clean up, destroying infrastructure, ruining people's lives, and your response is, well, you know, they're getting rid of them gays, they're getting rid of them trans, they're getting rid of that woke shit, and so good for them. Like, how can anyone be that insensitive? How can anyone, like, even if you're a Christian, even if you're some fundamentalist Christian in America, I don't know how you can support Putin with all the terrible things he's done, the crackdowns on freedom of speech and expression. Like, how can you, no matter how much you think being trans is evil or it's unnatural or it's disgusting or whatever stupid crap you think, how can you support Putin with after all of the other stuff he's done as well? I mean, it's ridiculous. You have my respect, Mr. Putin. My God, respect for what? Being a dictator? Having people, I don't know what the severity of the crime is for openly being trans in Russia, but I'd assume you're imprisoned for a long time, if not beaten, tortured, possibly killed. Who knows? May God bless Mr. Putin. God, how can these people say that? The man is a horrible human being, and this legislation is terrible. How can you say that? Oh, good for humanity. It is not good for humanity. What's good for humanity is letting people express themselves without risk of persecution. They're not hurting anyone by being trans. They're not hurting anyone by being public about their gender reassignment or getting medical treatment for it. You know what's worse? Letting people have gender dysphoria and suffer with it because you think Christian values are the way to go. It's bullshit. And it's not good. What they're doing in Ukraine is not good for humanity, and what they're doing here is not good for humanity. How can anyone look at Russia seriously unless they're just paid to be a pro-Russian bot or whatever? Like, I don't know how anyone can generally support this. A man that I don't know why there's an extra space there, but a man that the world need. He's even more many preachers of the gospel. This person's not from English. To tell their congregation the truth is sin. And even if the Holy Scripture forbids it. Shouldn't you believe in freedom of religion? Shouldn't you believe that people have the right to worship whatever religious beliefs they have? As long as it's not infringing on somebody else's right to worship a belief? I mean, how can anyone advocate for a Christian theocracy to the point where, good job, we're completely censoring people we disagree with? I don't know. I don't know why I can't see the comments, but I love you, Russia, especially now that you've done such amazing things from Jamaica. Big up to Putin. Man, I support Russia, Putin. Are you just going to completely ignore what he's doing in Ukraine? Does the concept of invading a sovereign nation and taking it over with BS justifications and killing a bunch of people, destroying infrastructure, bombing the crap out of it, kidnapping children, all the horrible crap they're doing, torturing people, and you're going to tell me, way to go, because he's doing God's work, getting rid of them trans people. Whoopee! Like, it's bullshit. You are 100% right and excellent. Ugh. Common sense, a win for the godly relations between a man and a woman. Ugh, these comments. We need this in many a Western country. No, you don't. You don't want this. Nobody should want a government that cracks down on people's free expression, that cracks down on their right to privacy. Okay? The United States has something in the Constitution about the right to privacy. I believe the 14th Amendment. You should be able to have a medical procedure and change your gender medically with surgery, or at least be open about being, who you are, and not have to worry about going to jail or being killed or whatever they're going to do to you in Russia. That's not a good idea. Oh, good. Good. Why is that then? Yeah, thankfully there's somebody in these comments calling these crazy motherfuckers out. Yeah, we have something called freedom over here. Freedom of choice. That's right. Freedom of fucking choice. At least we have the freedom that you're not going to be. We have problems, and there are states that are cracking down on LGBTQ issues. Sure, but at least we don't have to worry about necessarily going to jail. We're not at that point yet. Russia is. From America, nothing but respect for Putin. Mr. Putin, he's a beacon of light on this dark world. Wow, a beacon of light. Way to suck his dick. Dominated by deviant powers, at least in the Western. Again, are you not aware that he's invading another country and a bunch of people are dying and families are being displaced and infrastructure is being bombed out so people can't go back, they can't go to their jobs, they can't live normal lives? Like, do you understand the horrible atrocities he's committing? Threatening nuclear weapons if necessary. How can you look at that and say, in any capacity, good job? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Finally, some people with common sense. That's not common sense. That's extreme Christian dogma. That's what that is. It's not common sense. Common sense says you let people express themselves and you mind your own business. That's common fucking sense. Bravo. What an adequate and reasonable action. No. Oh, God. Allah. I'm not even going to get into this one, but no. No, just no. Nice to see a president who's a human. And proud of you, Putin. He's not a human. He's a monster. No decent human being would be invading Ukraine and making BS excuses because he wants to bring back the glory of the Soviet Union. He's a monster, okay? Vladimir Putin is a monster. He rigs elections. He's corrupt. He's abusive. He has people killed. He is not a good human being, and he deserves no respect. Man, all these comments are basically the same. These transformers can always move to the Westerners. It's not hard for special people to do. They're normal human beings. You're just backwards and, transphobic. Because you're stuck in, I don't know how long ago the Russians are stuck in, but, this is just... That was about time. Imagine, give right to that. 10 people who would have this person's not English. Okay, but look, this just pissed me off. That a leader with a backbone to truth. What truth? Holy Bible? Again, the Holy Bible should not dictate your nation. I don't know how anyone outside of the most extreme of Christians want some theocracy that cracks down on your rights. That's not good. These evil times. He's invading a fucking other country. Thou shalt not kill. Is that not one of the 10 fucking commandments? Why are you not bringing that shit up? Is that not one of the 10 fucking commandments? Thou shalt not kill. Am I wrong? Is that not like a core tenet of Christianity is don't kill people? So, you're calling him a leader with a backbone who stands for the truth of the Holy Bible, yet he's having people murdered for no rational reason. Not that there really ever is one, but, so that's bullshit. He's not a holy person in any regard. If you want to talk about evil, he is the definition of evil. So, a trans menace? Ugh. Man, why do they allow these comments on YouTube? Because they're clearly just hate speech. That's all it is. It's hate. It's propaganda. Nobody actually backs this up with rationale. Nobody's written an actual essay explaining, well, here's why technically I think it's a good idea, blah, blah. No, it's all just bullshit. Like, thank God for Putin. Whoopee. It's bullshit. I've ranted on too long. I had to talk about this because this really pissed me off. How so many people, whether they're bots or they're genuine people, can just be so well, let's get rid of our rights. Let's get rid of our freedom. Let's prevent people from expressing themselves because this specific 2,000-year-old faith said so. That sounds like a great idea. Take my rights away. Take them away.